We just had a snow last night, so as you can see the vehicles are all snowed in, and I'm going to go out and clean off the solar panels, so we'll stay tuned. Well, I got everything pretty well cleaned off. I got the big tracker cleaned off. I couldn't reach to the top there with my brush, so we'll see if that makes a difference. We'll go inside. Okay, we're inside now, and we're making some pretty good power out of our 30 amps on the one panel on the roof. That's a bifacial. It's actually a 385 watt bifacial, and right now, you're my witness, this thing's pumping over 400 watts. You seen just a minute ago. So it depends where the sun is. But those bifacials are by far the best solar panel in the world, and that's my belief. And assembled right here in Canada. These are Canadian Solar. So now I'm going to go over to the other Canadian Solar, the two of them. Together I get 600 watts. And I'm getting over 600 watts, so we're overproducing. And it's mid-February. We're getting 45 amps out of that thing. And this thing's only good for 45 amps. So if you're thinking of undersizing your MPPTs and putting more than the allotted power on, think twice, because it'll handle this 45 and it'll shave off whatever it can't use. So, but there you go. It's good to have bigger. Bigger is always better. So here we are. We are maxing out. This is a 30 amp controller, an ML4830, and we're pumping out 30 amps. So everything's maxed out here. The sun, and our charge is good. When I come in the morning, I throw a 600 watt electric heater. It's an oil heater. I throw that load on the system, because if I don't use this power, I lose this power, and that's how generation works. Now, it's 6 degrees in here. The small numbers, how cold it is, and I have this by the window. But I have not heated this building, and it's been running completely off grid through the cold weather here of February. And this is my little heater in the back, and it's blowing out hot air. And you can see inside there the fan. This thing is amazing. I recommend one of these little solar ventilator heaters for every cabin. It's just all self-contained. Sun wakes it up, and the sun puts it to work. So as long as you have sun rays, it could be 40, 50 below, but as long as there's sun rays, and the sun rays produce heat in that chamber outside, this thing works. So I really do recommend that every off-grid location has one of these, especially if you have a good south-facing wall like we do here. Now, let's look over here and see what we're getting. Remember the DC panel? My big tracker up there was shading, and I can get my DC measurements here, right on here. So we have circuits A and B is what you're looking for. And you notice the power is half on one circuit, 446 watts. The other circuit's 800 watts. And that's just that little bit of shading off the panels. So it really does make a difference when you talk about shading. So I'm going to go clean that off, and we're going to come back and see if we can bump that 1200 watts up. So I'm going to put you on hold here and clean that up. Okay, so I was really fussy, and I got up there with my broom. I got a big broom there. You've seen on some other videos me cleaning this off, and I just use a ladder there. Don't break your neck over this stuff, but I got really fussy, cleaned everything off. So what we're at 1200 watts, we're going to go in and take a look, and then everything's nice and clean back here. So now the sun, I do have a cloud thing coming over. So as the sun goes through the clouds, you'll see the power will go up and down. So right now we have a cloud going through. So we'll go inside and we'll kind of see what happens as the sun moves through that cloud. And that's another form of shading. So shading is one of the things that we try to get rid of. Now, if you want to spend the extra money when you're installing your system, you can install optimizers. So each panel has an optimizer so that if a cloud goes over or there's shading, it doesn't drag down the whole system like it was in this case. So we're going to go in and take a look. Okay, so here we are. Wow. So it's already up to 4,000 watts. And you notice that needle moves up and down as the sun's pushing through that cloud. So, but that made a huge difference. I believe now if we go back to the values here, the DC side of things, and that's what I look at is I'll look at these strings, you know, where the snow is. So you notice we have the same power, pretty much 2,000 watts on both strings. 2,300 now it just jumped up to. So the sun's bright, the sun's hot. Now it's jumping up 24, 20, almost 2,500. But it's even, and that's because we cleaned the snow off. So how these things work, they're DC strings, and you take 10 panels, hook them all together, and that's a string. So I have an upper level and a lower level on my array. So it's quite simple to monitor. So let's go back to the home. Wow. You see that, guys? We're getting 5,400 watts. So when we started here, we were only getting 1,200 watts because of shading. So this is how much power you can lose just by not being meticulous and getting every inch of snow off. Look at that thing climb. You know, today is a day that we're going to max out. This is only a 6,000 watt system. I believe that this system will max right out today. So this is amazing. Today is a good solar day. So if anybody ever tells you that solar systems don't work in the winter and you kind of bank on all your power in the summer, well, I'm going to tell you right now that that's wrong, because I'm making enough power here that I could charge my batteries. In fact, my battery bank here is charged already, and I'm having to dump excess power. And how I dump excess power here in this little off-grid shack is I simply turn on an electric heater. You can manage it. Now, coming up, we have a system that'll automate it as well. So this is all for experiment. It's all research and development. And if you guys can learn from this, folks, stay tuned in. Go to my website, hcsolar.ca. Subscribe to YouTube. And I'll keep you up to date on all the latest. So thanks again for tuning in. And bye for now.